Hey guys, welcome to my season finale. This weekend I'm in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Now Cape Girardeau sits about an hour south of St. Louis, right on the Illinois border. I'm here for Cape Comic-Con, which is one of the first shows, 3-day shows to come back during this pandemic. Shows of course have been canceled for many months now, and this is of course my livelihood, just like a lot of other people I know that work these shows, and we're kind of excited to see how this goes. They have a lot of safety procedures in place, so I'm going to go show you guys all those. And but first I'm going to hit a few movie locations, because one of my favorite David Fincher movies is Gone Girl, and it stars Ben Affleck and Rosamond Pike, I believe is her last name. Anyway, they filmed Gone Girl right here in Cape Girardeau. It stood in for the fictional town in the movie of East Carthage, Missouri. So about 80% of the whole movie was filmed right here. So we're gonna see some cool locations and then head to the convention, and it's gonna be a good day. Hi, my name's Chris Bauer, and I am an art slinger. I travel around the nation selling artwork at comic book conventions and anime conventions. And along the way, I like to visit movie locations, eat great food, and hang out with my fellow art slingers. Each week, I travel to a new convention in a different city. Sometimes by plane, but most of the time, I'm in the car. From the brisk streets of the Windy City, to the make-believe streets of Disney World, to the hills of Hollywood, California, and all the points in between. This is how I see America. On sets, streets, and eats. So the title shot of the film Gone Girl was right here. You'll see the words Gone Girl go across the screen. And this is of course the mighty Mississippi. Cape Girardeau is a really pretty town. We're gonna go see some of it. This is the bar that Ben Affleck's character owned with his sister. It actually sits right here on the corner, just off, about 2 blocks right off the river there. And it's still called the bar. It appears to be for lease at the moment, so if anybody wants to own a movie location, now's your chance. I don't remember if it was called the bar before the movie, but they definitely used it in the movie, and then ever since the movie came out, it remained the bar. So, but it looks exactly the same. So this is Ben Affleck's character Nick Dunn's house from Gone Girl. It's right here in a little neighborhood about 10 minutes from downtown. And they used this street in it a lot because they had shots of the neighbors' houses and stuff over in there. But in the scene here, I'm going to stand right in this spot. You can see here, We got Ben Affleck's character Nick Dunn just taking out the trash. And you got that. Shots right there. And that's right where they filmed it. So just across the river in Thebes, I believe it's pronounced, Illinois. It's like 10 minutes down the road from Cape. This was one of the search spots. This was a scene that Ben Affleck's character Nick Dunn had with his mother-in-law, his missing wife's mother. Anyway, so they used Thebes, as you can tell, because it's very scenic, and of course it's a phenomenal backdrop.
It was important to my mother that I be polite, I'd be considerate, I'd be a gentleman.
Well, it looked like you were having fun.
I am in a nightmare. All I'm trying to do is be nice to the people who are volunteering to help find Amy.
And after he has that conversation with his mother-in-law, they walk off. And let's see if we can just find the exact angle here. Looks like right there. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful out here. This is the house. So this is the character Ben Affleck plays, Nick Dunn's father's house in the movie. That's Tyler Perry and Ben Affleck in the scene here. And here's the house. Still looks pretty much identical. Both the same. Air conditioners are still in the windows. And yeah, exactly the same. Looks like the back porch door's missing, but other than that, exact same looking house.
You know, I thought maybe this was a little brown house. From the clue.
Nope, still blue.
Thank you, folks. Thank you for being here tonight. It just means the world to our family and to Amy. Bless you.
So behind me is the gazebo from the movie. Ben Affleck is up there appealing to the town, basically saying my wife's missing and, you know, please help me search for her. But they found it all right here. It's actually just on the hill, just above where the bar is.
Mourn your loss. And America loves pregnant women. As if it's so hard to spread your legs. You know what's hard?
This is a kind of a random walking scene that was done right here. It's basically where Rosamond Pike's character is making friends with the neighborhood lady, and they're out for a stroll. And it's during a montage in the middle of the film, but basically it was on this little hillside right there.
Probably flip.
There's old Sam. Rebel scum, what's up? Hiya, hiya. Very good. First show back. Of the year, no kidding. See, I had done about 8 shows before shutdown. So yeah, it was, it's been a long 4 months, but that must have been way longer for you. So here I am at Cape Girardeau Comic-Con, Cape Con. And as you can see, most people are masked up, and everybody seems to be doing pretty good. I've talked to a couple of vendors. They are pretty thrilled so far with sales, so that's a great sign for on the vendor side of it. Haven't seen anyone get real lippy about the masks, but I haven't been out front much, so I'm sure that's where it would happen, is when they're checking them in. They offer a mask if you don't already have your own. And there's hand sanitizer around a lot of tables. The thing that did concern me the most that I noticed was the celebrity guests don't have masks, gloves, or anything, and they're normal table length away from the fans. Doesn't seem like much has changed on their end, and that's a bit worrisome. But you know, they're it's everybody's choice, I guess. But we'll have to see how that plays out. But I tell you what, there's a ton of new masks for sale at a ton of different booths. So it appears most of the vendor tables sold. They seem to be pretty full. I see 1 or 2 empties, but for the most part, we'll see how this ends up playing out. It's a good crowd today. They had a really strong Friday as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So you can see they've got the one-way arrows, but they're about as successful as the store Walmart ones are. But for the most part, some people seem to be trying to do it. It keeps the flow going. And then the back aisles are the two-way directions. This is Ken Murphy, guys. I've known Ken for what is happening here. So this is Ken Murphy. He is the promoter of Cape Con. Ken, what challenges have you found that were unique to running the show this year?
I think the biggest challenge was all the vendors that were in place for the April event. When we moved it to July, they had other commitments, or at least they hoped they had other commitments.
Right.
So there was a lot of shuffling the deck with vendors who couldn't make it. Thank goodness we had a ton of on the waiting list.
Yeah.
But I think that was the biggest thing. In a given year, we might have 5 vendors that drop, and this year we had maybe 15 or 20. So scrambling to replace them.
Yeah.
And thankfully we were able to.
That's awesome. Yeah, this has been up in the air for a lot of people. I'm a vendor myself, of course, and I know I even had a show this weekend that, of course, canceled about a month ago, which has been the norm for this year. So it freed me up to be able to come back to my old stomping grounds.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right, Ken. Thanks for putting on the show, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys, can everybody's attention? So we're gonna get started. Basically, I'm gonna cue you guys right up to the door when we get started. And I'm just gonna have you in line. I'll look on the list, call your name out. You'll go up, say, I might have the microphone in front of your face if you want. Say what your costume is, maybe a fact about it, like how long it took to build or whatever. And then if you have a pose, do that. And then you'll go off the other side of the stage and just go all the way around to the room to the back. And we'll just kind of line everybody up that way, if that's cool. All right, so we'll get started in just a minute. You look cool. Welcome, everybody. Sorry we got a little bit of a late start, but we are going to start the costume contest. This is definitely a favorite of attendees of Cape Con. I haven't hosted the last few years, but Ken had me host this over 10 years ago, and I think we did it for 6 or 7 years, and it just really grew. So it's always an exciting time every year when we get to do this. So. can't tell I'm smiling. You know. All right, and guys, that wraps up another Cape Con cosplay contest. We really thank you guys for coming out, supporting the show, and of course this contest, and we hope to see you guys next year. Thanks to our judges and all of you. So I just hosted the costume contest. I used to do it at this show way back in the day. I was very rusty, so it was definitely not my best performance, but it was still a lot of fun. But they definitely capped the attendance and only allowing a certain number. I'm not sure what the number is, but what is thinning out. And I am about to get out of here for the day. From a vendor standpoint, it's been a really strong show for a lot of people. Everybody has been cooped up and they've all got a little bit of cash to spend, so that's been a good thing. From an attendee standpoint, seems like a lot of people had a great time. We had a great turnout for the costume contest, packed room, and lots of entries, a lot of cosplays. For the most part, everybody's been totally cool with the masks, so it seems like this could be a path going forward, at least while we're stuck in this pandemic. So. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching my vlog. It's been a really cool year, except for the last few months, obviously. But I've gotten to go coast to coast, a lot of different places: New York, Orlando, LA, Chicago, Portland, everywhere. All four corners, Hawaii. And all those episodes, of course, are right there on my channel. So please like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love some feedback on what you liked or even disliked about the show. I'd love to retool and make improvements for the next time. You can find me on Instagram, Seth Streets and Eats, and of course my Facebook page. I really appreciate everybody watching this season of Seth Streets and Eats, and we'll see you on down the road.